For more episodes of the Games4all podcast, please check out our website, www.games4allpodcast.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at www.twitter.com/Games4all. And you can like us on Facebook, just search for Games4all podcast. Games4all is brought to you by iPage. For more affordable and greener web hosting, check out ipage.com. Hello and welcome to the Games4all podcast, episode 40. I'm your host Dan Young, and with me as always is my good friend
James Craigie, midget with a tampon.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm not even going to go there. So, thank you for downloading. Look what you got yourself into. Yep. You've really thrown me with that, by the way. So, just well done.
What I aim.
Well done, yeah. It's your aim to put me off every week. But anyway, got to talk about the new website.
Yes.
New website. New website went up Monday. Tons of cool stuff on there.
Yep.
We mentioned it a little bit. We did a video also last week, which is also on there, and hopefully you've downloaded it and watched it by now.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I have. Yeah.
That's okay then. Better video quality for downloads, and just neater looking in general. The one thing I will try and get people to check out is we're going to do a monthly poll on there, and this month we are asking what game you are most excited for. There's 4 games that we're particularly targeting this month that we mentioned in the video that went up last week, and that is Homefront,
which you voted for.
Yep. Dragon Age 2,
which I voted for.
Deus Ex Human Revolution,
which some mysterious viewer voted for. If you voted for that, let us know.
Podcast at Games4all podcast. Right. So and the other one's Crisis 2. So we want to know, out of those 4 games, what's the most eagerly anticipated by our listeners. So we just figured it'd be interesting to to find out. So please go on.
They're all setting out something like 33 point.
33. It's very, very strange. But please check out our website, the new improved Games4allpodcast.com, and take the poll. Just pick
take that poll.
Take the poll. It
takes you to the site where you can see the results and everything. Just press the back button and it brings you back to the site. Yeah. So, okay, let's kick off then with what we've been playing. I'll go first because I haven't been playing as much as you from the looks of it. Okay.
Been busy. Yeah. Safe to say, podcast stuff. Putting together the video, putting together the website. It all came together. Like very last minute. So it's like a big mad rush. But I have been playing a little bit more Bulletstorm, because we did talk about that in the video. That was primarily the focus of it, is the first impressions, and I'd like to have finished it by now, actually. That was my aim, but I haven't got around to it.
I think if the incentive to finish it was there, you probably would have. But
I do want to finish it, and the thing is, I honestly haven't had as much time to play games as I thought I had this week, and but my opinion of it hasn't necessarily changed. It's, I still think it is kind of a fun game for what it is, but there's a lot of stuff in there that is very unnecessary. And I mean, we spoke about it on the video. I mean, a lot of people, it's had sort of mixed reviews. A lot of people seem to like it and have praised it, and I'm not really 100% sure exactly what it is they found good in the game, but I'm not saying it's a bad game.
No. I think we both agreed that the graphics and the gameplay
are definitely the two main things to, I wouldn't say that's worth going out and buying it.
Well, no.
For sure, because this day and age, for the money that we spend on a game, we expect more from it. But I think that there's definitely good in there, you just got to kind of dig to find it. It is fun. I mean, the gameplay is good, but it rarely changes up. I mean, I don't know, saying that, it does occasionally. The kind of the bit near a few hours in with the remote control dinosaur was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Little things like that are what keeps you playing it, I think. There's enough decent action set pieces as well. The further I've got into it, actually, now they seem to be throwing more and more of these action set pieces in, and it's kind of making it a little bit more interesting. So I'm not saying my opinion of it is going to change, because I still think it's a disappointment overall, but
full of douchebags.
But to be fair, it's if you enjoyed the core gameplay and you like good graphics, then it's worth a look. Probably worth just renting or whatever. But yeah, I wouldn't go and buy it.
No.
So there.
Well, I have to say, got it about the same time as you. I've not played it or picked it up or anything. I've not had no incentive to. So
yeah. It's just one of those games I think you just play and you'll trade in, and you know, if it not being funny, if it wasn't for the sake of the podcast, I probably wouldn't have bothered getting it.
Yeah.
Or I would have, like you said, I don't know. Like it was one of my eagerly anticipated games. It was at the bottom of the top 5, but it was still in the top 5.
Yeah.
And I did mention at the time when I mentioned it, it was a risk because it's a new IP, and you know, you get a lot of hype surrounding certain games, and you just don't know whether it's going to be, the payoff's going to be there. And I don't think it was there this time around, unfortunately. But anyway,
it's a shame, really.
Yeah. On the other end of things, Gears of War 2 is having a 22 times XP event at the moment, running up until the 7th of March. So that's what the other thing I've been playing. Basically, I jumped online and played a bit of Gears of War 2.
I will have to pick that up and play with you guys at some point.
It is, yeah. It's still, I mean, in the day, it's funny because, you know, I feel totally differently about Gears 2. Obviously, I'm a big Gears fan, but that's because, you know, at the end of the day, the gameplay isn't just fun. You know, it all kind, you know, everything. The characters are great in that game. The story, I mean, it's not the most amazing story, but the way it's told is pretty good, and you know, the characters are likeable. It's
sort of understated as opposed to Bulletstorm, which is like way over the top.
Yeah, and you know, all right, they're big burly men and all that, and you can make those kind of jokes, you know, and whatever. But I personally think it's a much more enjoyable game than Bulletstorm, and at the end of the day, I mean, how long that game came out? Almost 3 years ago now, and I'm still playing it. So
yeah,
you know what I mean. That's a testament, I think, to how good Epic Games can produce something. But you know, whatever.
They just kind of like built on that, saying, "Well, yeah, people like this badassery. Let's just ramp it up." And I think
it's more of a people can fly type thing. I mean, I think their last game, other than porting Gears of War, the first one, to PC, it was a game called Painkiller, and that was quite an over-the-top game.
Yeah,
pretty cool though. I actually enjoyed that more than Bulletstorm, if I'm honest. But still, you know. Anyway, you've got stuff you've been playing.
Yeah, I've been playing a fair bit actually. Played some more Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Excellent.
I think everybody knows that there's new DLC out for it today. I think.
Is there?
Yeah.
I haven't checked that out.
It's got the Shadow mode, which is kind of like the producers and game creators. It's kind of based on their tactics and how they play.
All right.
Kind of, what's the word? Simulation.
All right.
Of how they play, so you can work and pick like how they play and do it and play against them, not physically, but as if they were playing.
Cool.
And all that, and it's got like some extra costumes and stuff.
Yeah, sounds alright.
Yeah.
You know, I do like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 a lot, and we did talk about it on the video podcast, and you know, and obviously on last week's show, you know, it is one of those games that is just so much fun, and it is. I do find it. I found it hard to put down, but obviously I've got other things to play, and
other things to do, obviously.
Yeah, so I would have found the time for some more Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but that is a great game, and I recommend people go out and buy that because it is fantastic.
But I think as far as DLC's concerned, they're probably going to be going like the same route as what they did with Street Fighter 4, which is just kind of like bringing out extra costumes and all that, and you're kind of wondering whether it's worth it or not.
Yeah,
I know a couple of the characters that you got with the special edition are coming out as DLC that you can pay for. So
yeah, fair enough.
We'll see whether it's worth it or not. I think it's fairly good. I might not pick up any of the DLC.
Yeah, I don't usually bother with DLC unless it's something really worth getting hold of.
But I know there's other stuff coming out this week that I really want.
Yeah.
Apart from that, been playing a bit more New Vegas.
Cool. How you getting on with that?
Awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet.
So, I prefer it to Fallout 3.
Yeah, you mentioned this. You told me to kind of not bother playing Fallout 3 and just jump straight into New Vegas.
Well, yeah, I mean, purely for the fact that you got quite a hell of a way through Fallout 3, and then lost your save game.
That don't remind me.
No, and
still angry.
I know how much time you need to sink into that game, whereas I just think New Vegas is the superior game, so maybe just...
I'll think about it. I mean, there's plenty of games coming out especially this month. I mean, I want to get Bulletstorm done before Homefront comes out, because I'm eager to play that. I've heard good things, and Crisis 2, So, yeah, it's something I'll look into when the game releases kind of slow down a little bit, and there's less new stuff to play. But I wouldn't mind, because I've got New Vegas and it's been sat around. And I think I've only put it in my Xbox once and kind of booted it up. And that was about it.
There's been a lot of speculation and, well, I say rumours, but evidence pointing towards more DLC coming out soon.
Cool.
Which I think New Vegas is one that I will get the DLC for, because it's a game that I will get through and enjoy and come back to again and again and again.
Yeah, definitely.
So make it as big as possible.
Awesome.
Basically, the reason I put that in is my favourite word, basically. Because I've now completed Dragon Age Origins.
Wow, that took you quite some time.
Yeah. Done all the DLC, the whole thing. The game is now uninstalled from my hard drive. The save games are there, ready to be imported into Dragon Age 2.
Awesome.
So that is done.
That's March 11th, isn't it? In Europe. Cool.
In Europe. March 8th in America.
Sorted.
I know we have American listeners. So
yeah. Oh, yeah, we do. That's another thing.
So that's about a week away.
Excellent. That'll be interesting. Something new for you to talk about.
Yeah, and I've been playing the demo again.
Yeah. Got through it this time?
Yeah, got through it twice,
Sweet.
Love it. I've now decided I'm going to go a slightly different route. Normally I go for, me, the big guy with the sword. I'm going to go for a mage. Something a little bit different.
Go you.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I told one of my friends who's also a big RPG fan, and when I told him I'm going to be a mage, he nearly had a heart attack.
Really?
Yeah. He reckons that I won't. He reckons that I'll change my mind before the game comes out, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to that. I keep playing the demo. Love it. Really, really excited about it.
Cool.
Also, the other demo that came out last week, I think we mentioned it.
Yeah.
The Lego Star Wars 3 demo. I played with my little boy.
Yeah.
Over the weekend. Yeah.
I'm not into it, so give us your spiel.
Well,
what are your thoughts?
Lego games, kind of like Call of Duty games. If a new Call of Duty game came out, no. I know what you're getting at, but that's quite a funny little comparison. Yeah, but if someone sort of gave you, here's the new Call of Duty thing, you jump into it, you know what you're getting.
Exactly.
That's the same with the Lego games. You know the basic formula, you know what you're doing. And they do like little improvements and stuff. I mean, graphically, it looks nicer. I did actually check this out. I did actually see it. It does look alright. It looks graphically better than most of the Lego games. It's like they keep getting better and better and better every iteration that they bring out. Although it's not based. It's based on like the Clone Wars TV series, not the actual films.
Oh dear.
I don't know. It's getting quite a big fan base now.
Is it?
Especially in the States.
All right. I won't say anything then.
I think apparently the second season was much better than the first.
Okay, but anyway, that's off topic. But worth a download.
Yeah,
right.
Go for
it. If you like Lego games, check it out.
It's a good one. They've done a few different things. It's got the split screen that they sort of introduced with Lego Indiana Jones 2 and Harry Potter, and like the whole object movement which you got in Harry Potter. That's come through with like moving the Force, and you can now throw your lightsabers like Batman could throw his Batarang. Basically, they keep adding the best bits from their other Lego games.
Cool.
And putting it all together, and eventually, after enough of these come out, they're going to have like the perfect Lego game, I reckon.
Lego Pirates of the Caribbean?
Oh, I am looking forward to that, actually.
I know you are.
I'm really looking forward to that. It's quite sad.
On that note, we'll take a quick break.
Pirates, the one thing I love more than cowboys.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about this week's gaming news. Hello and welcome back to the Games4all podcast. This is the section of the show where we talk about news.
News, yes. and there's been a fair bit.
Yeah, there's some stuff to talk about. What's your first story?
first story is, we touched upon it a couple of weeks ago, the patent lawsuit thing between Sony and LG.
Yeah.
It's now escalated to, well, the dispute is now at the stage where the Civil Court of Justice has made a ruling that all PS3s coming into Europe have been confiscated.
Yeah, I read about
10
this
days.
too. Yeah, up to 10, possibly more. But I think this is probably... Well, what's funny about this is we kind of said, and I think a lot of other people's opinions on the matter was that Sony probably get a slap on the wrist and have to pay up. Yeah. And it'd be an out-of-court settlement kind of deal, right?
But
they pay them, expenses and whatnot, and that's what we figured. But it looks like LG's kind of gunning for Sony a little bit here with this one.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a big deal because think about it, right? If every PlayStation 3 that comes into Europe, Europe, hello, if every PlayStation 3 comes into Europe gets confiscated, right, for up to 10 days, there's going to be a PS3 shortage.
Yeah,
and that's going to be some fucked up shit.
Yeah, and the fact is that both companies could escalate it as well.
See, the thing is, because if
LG could probably get that detention time that the PS3 is getting extended.
Yeah, but then Sony could sue them for loss of sales.
Precisely.
So possibly, we'll see.
Yeah, they reckon that Sony's looking at losses of possibly hundreds of millions of dollars.
Well, yeah, I think pretty much.
That's quite a lot, and considering PS3 has only just recently started making money, so it's a pretty big kick in the nads.
It is. I don't know whether LG really know what they're getting themselves into, because obviously, I'm guessing Sony have got some pretty shit hot lawyers, but I'm surprised this has got this far.
Yeah,
if I'm honest.
Yeah,
big shock.
I didn't think it would get to this, and we're going to have to keep an eye out and see where it goes, because obviously this could turn into potentially huge news. It
could do, yeah. So, a possible PS3 shortage in Europe, that's interesting news.
It's alright, I've already got mine, it's fine.
So, for anyone thinking about picking up a PS3, I'd go grab one now.
Oh, there's going to be panic buying.
It could be, you never know.
Boost sales up even more, maybe then they can afford
maybe
the
it would
lawsuit.
Maybe it would do them a favour in some ways, but hey, who knows. Okay, what else?
Next bit of news, something you pointed in my direction. There was a website that came up last week called findmakarov.com.
Yeah, and it was within minutes of me texting this to you, the internet was ablaze with this website. Everyone was posting links to it. Basically, through our Twitter feed, obviously we follow a lot of people who know a lot of other people who know a lot of info, and I wouldn't say the website, but a very big gaming website posted some information saying that there is a website called findmakarov.com, and for anyone who knows the name Makarov, it's probably because you play Call of Duty, and more specifically the Modern Warfare series. And basically the rumour was that it was hints to a Modern Warfare 3 reveal that was to be made during Games Developers Conference, which is on this week.
It pointed to basically a countdown site.
Yeah, it was a website with a countdown, and it had
really
fucking good website.
Yeah, it's just a countdown, but the style of it definitely looked
genuine,
and the timing sort of for the reveal was kind of like in the middle of the
Games Developers Conference. Well, basically, a lot of the press apparently been sent
dog tags,
that said "finish the war" and all this kind of stuff, hinting at a Modern Warfare sequel. And
all seemed really good.
And then all seemed very.
And Activision turned around and said, "It's nothing to do with us."
The thing is, right? Activision being Activision, I know they've, there's been a lot of shit lately involving Activision. Go back a few episodes, I'm sure you can, figure that out. But at the end of the day, the whole thing with them and Infinity Ward, it's not the same Infinity Ward as before, because
but it's still running.
It's still there. I don't know if Activision can. I don't know what games they've really got coming out now anymore, because there's no Guitar Hero this year, there's no DJ Hero this year, there's no Tony Hawk's this year.
We've not heard anything about.
Is there going to be no? I'm pretty sure everyone was expecting a Call of Duty this year, and if they don't pull one out of the bag, it's going to be a little bit like, whoa, really?
Yeah.
You know, I think that could be a good thing. I don't think it's a bad idea to take a break from Call of Duty, to be honest with you. There's so much other stuff coming out, but as far as Activision's concerned, what are they putting out? What are their big games going to be for the holiday season? If they haven't got Call of Duty or Guitar Hero.
I know, I think at the minute they're just kind of like sitting on World of Warcraft. Everything.
Yeah, maybe. It does seem weird, but it could be, like you said earlier, you made the point that it could be a total double bluff, and there's like a lot of companies like to deny shit until the last minute because they don't want stuff leaking out.
Epic.
Yeah, they're probably the biggest ones for that. No, there's no Gears of War 2, there's no Gears of War 2. Oh yeah, there's no Gears of War 3, there's no Gears of War 3, blah blah blah. And there's stuff always leaks anyway, but you know, at the end of the day, I'd like this to be true in some ways, but if it isn't true, I'm kind of happy with that, because hopefully it means when we do get Modern Warfare 3, hopefully, like, you know, 2012 or whatever, it will be a better game for it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want them to rush something out the door. There's been a lot of rumours about who's been working on it as well, because we know there is going to be one in development at this current moment.
Yeah.
I mean, it's even possible that this countdown was all set up and all this stuff was ready to go, and then they kind of pulled the plug on it, said, yeah, it's not actually going to be ready to show. That's something I thought of, but...
Yeah. No, apparently, it's been solved. The website points to some guys in Toronto, Canada. They're an acting troupe.
Excellent.
And apparently, during the middle of the Games Developers Conference, this is a big coincidence, they're planning on unveiling a Modern Warfare film. Not a big professional film, but a kind of a... I wouldn't say amateur, but...
Well, I mean, by the looks of the website, it's pretty impressive. I mean,
yeah,
you know.
I think they released a couple of publicity stills of stuff like just showing, like, you know, the riot shields.
Yeah,
you get one of those that looked fair, like it.
It'd be interesting if it's, you know, this turns out to be quite good, because let's be honest, this kind of thing is, you know how a lot of, I would say geeks, I don't want to be, you know, but like fan fiction. You know, some people go the extra mile and make short movies and stuff, you know, like the Mortal Kombat stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
This could totally be something like that, and they could be doing it to really get noticed, and fuck it, it's a way of doing it. I applaud them if it works, and if it's good.
Yeah, web series and stuff are huge. I mean, hell, even Dragon Age is doing one with Felicia Day now.
Yeah.
So,
Dead Rising had one.
Yeah.
It's fucked up, it's crazy. So... who knows? I mean, it could just be some people just wanting to get noticed as filmmakers and stuff. And if I'm honest with you, if you're going to make a kind of game to web series conversion, Call of Duty might possibly be the most popular one to do. So
yeah, and hell, this website,
if they've got the smarts, then I think they could pull it off.
This website has got a lot of attention as far as viral marketing has gone. It's probably done them no end.
I mean, put it this way: the countdown ends in at the time that we're recording this. On the Tuesday night, it's like 20 hours or something. So
about 4 hours ago.
By the time this episode goes up, you will be able to go to findmakarov.com and find out exactly what the fuck it was. So, to be honest with you, talking about it, it's kind of pointless.
Yeah,
because it's happened. So,
well, we hope you enjoyed that.
Next story.
Shall I move on?
Yes, please.
A game you might have heard of. You know, it's not very big, but it's fairly popular in some sort.
What's that?
Gears of War 3?
Not familiar with it.
No.
Care to explain?
Well, apparently it's been on the cards for a while. It was supposed to be out.
It's supposed to be out in April, and then there was a whole, we're pushing it towards holiday season for marketing, blah, 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 blah.
Well, there is now an official release date and more info about the beta.
Indeed.
I think you have the dates.
I do. It's 20th of September.
Yep. Which
was a bit of a surprise, because everybody was saying 25th of November... That's when all the pre-orders were kind of scheduled for.
Yeah. Sort of Halloween holiday title thing, but, you know, September is also...
September's a really good time for them to push this game out the door, because...
That's the early sort of holiday ramp up,
yeah, exactly. I mean, September was never really a month for any big titles to be released, but sort of over the years, people have pushed things...
Yeah, last couple of years.
Push things into different months. I mean, and, you know, at the end of the day, like... November's the time when so much stuff's going to come out. And
we're going to be bogged down.
So many... No, it's just that, not just us, but I mean, the games themselves, everyone's going to be competing for shelf space to... Do you know what I mean? And do you know what? Give Gears of War 3 that head start. The game's pretty much finished.
Yeah.
You know, we'll talk about the beta in a minute, because that's coming up soon. But, like, this game is obviously, they're doing a beta to kind of polish the multiplayer. I'm guessing they're maybe doing a little bit of extra polish on the actual single player. Who knows what they're doing behind closed doors? But by April, May time, this game pretty much should be sorted. It should be, it should be done. It should be finished. So September's a really good time for them to bring it out because there are obviously going to be some other games coming out, but nothing big or as high profile as this, I shouldn't imagine. No. And it's kind of like the month of September. If someone's going to put out a game, are they going to go, let's bring it out September, the month when Gears of War 3 is coming out? No, we'll push it, to October or something. No one's going to try and compete with it in September.
No.
In November, everyone's going to try and compete. So it's kind of smart. It's giving it a couple of months head start. It'll be out for Christmas, so it will sell well, it'll do well, and then it'll get the extra boost at Christmas. I think that's kind of what they're hoping for,
Yeah.
So smart. But the beta details,
yes,
which is still sketchy. There's the announcement that there'll be some details and all that, but there was a sort of an event they put on for the gaming press and media and stuff, where they got to play the beta, and they unveiled the release date, which you just talked about, but mid-April is when they're planning to start the beta.
And this is for the Bulletstorm...
No, I'll stop you there. We'll get to that, right? Middle of April is when...
I've been told.
Middle of April is when they're going to start the beta, and they didn't say exactly how long it's going to run for. It's just finished, but there's been a vote for maps over Facebook. I think they secured 3 maps. They're going to throw an extra 2 in there, I think. And you got to kind of vote which ones you wanted in the beta.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And
did you vote?
Yeah, I did. I can't remember which one I picked, but anyway.
Really memorable.
So but they've at the end of the day, they've kind of they've still not released a date for it. It's mid-April, so who knows? Obviously, if you've bought Bulletstorm Epic Edition for 360, then yes, you're guaranteed a place.
No, that's when you'll get it.
Yeah. So you're guaranteed a spot in the beta. But here's what I read the other day. Now, this hasn't been made majorly public, I don't think, but from a reputable source said that all Xbox Live Gold members will be eligible for the beta mid-April.
Ooh.
But there's only going to be a certain number of places.
Yeah.
So
they normally do betas in waves, don't they? So
yeah, I think what they're going to do is kind of have it not closed so much, but here's the thing. Originally, the thing was you buy Bulletstorm, you'll get early access. It was early access was what you were buying, basically. Yeah. And I think then the rumour was that, it won't go fully public for everybody until a couple of months later.
Yeah.
And then that turned out to be kind of bullshit. Now the thing is that basically the latest statement or the latest information I've got is that you'll even if you haven't bought Bulletstorm, you'll still be able to play the beta, but there's only going to be a certain handful of codes available or whatever. They haven't released any details on how you sign up for it, whether it's just a case of, you
get a message in your inbox.
It's randomly selected. Who the fuck knows? But eventually it will go. I think it will go fully public, and you'll just be able to download it.
Yeah,
open beta. Open beta, yeah. So that'll be kind of interesting. I mean, good. I mean, I think it's pissed off a lot of people who went out and bought Bulletstorm on 360 expecting to get something that other people couldn't get for a while, at least have bragging rights to say I've got this.
Well, at least they know they're getting it. Nobody else can say that.
Exactly, that's the
thing. Even if you do get picked early, you don't know what's going to happen. There's no guarantee.
Well, I'm guessing what they might do is it might be a thing over Gears4all.com or something, sign up for it, and if you're lucky you get picked kind of thing. I don't know how they're going to do it. They haven't released any details. It's really dumb because at the end of the day they said they were going to clear this up and give all the information about it, but they've given us pretty much nothing, just a rough time of when it's going to happen, and that, just really, really kind of hazy details about it, nothing really solid. So it's a bit annoying there's no actual date for it yet. Mid-April doesn't mean shit, really.
Well, probably about 15th.
No, but you know what I mean, though. You guarantee it's going to happen on the 15th.
Well, around about then.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, there's not a date there, is it? It's not an actual... They're not being specific enough, and I think it's a bit of a piss take. we've waited this long for the news, and
Epic.
They kind of built up the whole expectation for it, and there wasn't any real announcement at the end of it. So a little bit weird.
And they're dangling carrots.
Yeah, pretty much. So we'll keep people posted on it, but yeah, bit annoying. Carry on. I'm done.
You're annoyed now, aren't you?
No.
Do you want to take a moment to just kind of like take a few deep breaths?
No, I'm good. Keep going. There's some more news, isn't there?
Yeah. Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
Or Gaiden, if you're common. Basically, God, I need to stop saying basically.
It's fine, carry on.
There was a big hoo-ha when...
It's fine if you don't draw much attention to it.
I know, but you know me. There's a big hoo-ha because obviously Ninja Gaiden was developed by Team Ninja,
yes,
who did the Dead or Alive series,
yes,
and this two very successful franchises for
Indeed.
Tecmo, Bandai,
yeah,
whatever. The guy in charge of that, Tomonobu Itagaki.
Hold on.
Hey, see,
we just got 2 more listeners in Japan.
Hey,
go on.
He left the company.
Right.
Not long after Ninja Gaiden 2 came out.
Oh, yeah, I did read
over some dispute about not getting paid bonuses, and he launched a lawsuit. He's now got a new team together. I can't remember the name of the studio, but it's a lot of members from Team Ninja that left with him.
Yeah.
And they're now working
on
the
whole Jerry Maguire thing.
Yeah.
Who's coming with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically,
he's way too rock and roll for that.
I know.
Sorry, go on.
Seriously, look at photos of him. He is kind of like the rock star.
He's one of these rock star kind of producers. I don't mean works at Rockstar because he doesn't obviously, but like, you know how producers these days have been made more kind of like,
yeah,
media whores, and you know, kind of more in the public eye, and they kind of yeah, that's it. You know, and
God, I'm really digging at Epic tonight.
Yeah. So anyway,
but yeah, so this is like the first game to come out not helmed by him.
Interesting.
So, a lot of speculation about will it be a reboot, will it be sort of like a reimagining thing, or will it carry on but just in a slightly different direction?
Did you mention there's a teaser trailer?
I was about to.
Oh.
The teaser trailer has just come out. I mean, obviously, when it was announced, there was just a poster.
Right.
But now there's like...
What kid is that?
Precisely. It's basically Ryu Hayabusa, the main character, covered in blood, basically. Not too dissimilar, but an excessive amount of blood. The teaser trailer came out.
Yes.
There is lots of blood.
Well, as you'd expect.
Yeah. And it kind of hints at some sort of big secret to be revealed. Something's happening. Maybe they're taking the series in a new direction. I mean, it's all very vague at the moment, but it does say that there will be more revealed soon.
Yeah.
So
maybe it's kind of they're going to do kind of like a Viva Pinata type thing with it.
Yeah. I mean, the very last second...
Sorry.
I'm just going to ignore that
yeah,
entirely. The very last second of the trailer, it sort of shows his arm, and it's all kind of like mangled and deformed and possibly possessed. And it's just about to rip his mask off, and that's when it kind of cuts. Very sort of conventional suspense, cliffhanger type thing. And to be honest... It's not great. It's basically...
a lot of shit.
From what I gather is this perspective of some guy he's just stabbed, and he's kind of like just driving the knife in, and he's about to take his mask off, and that's it. That's the whole teaser trailer right there.
See, this is... I mean, maybe for like people who really hardcore into Ninja Gaiden or whatever, maybe that'd give them a hard on, but doesn't do enough for me.
No, I mean, the only thing that interests me about it is where it's going to go and what it's going to be like without...
Yeah,
Tomonobu.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's you can. Yeah, I mean, it's like saying that with Call of Duty and the whole, Infinity Ward thing. But
but a lot of people are wondering whether if it's going to go in a completely new direction, like Devil May Cry seems to be going, or
maybe.
Not. To me, they're two games that are very comparable.
Yeah, in some ways, yeah. Definitely. I see what you're getting at.
Yeah, and I don't know, it's just kind of interesting. It's kind of big news. Lots of people are talking about it.
I honestly have not heard any of this.
No.
Yeah, strange.
I think it's just on the day of recording today.
It might have been while I was away from my computer.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Also, I must apologise if you keep hearing some kind of like snotty sniffing. I do have a cold.
Awesome.
So, apologies to the listeners. But
All four of them.
Yeah. You don't mind, guys.
No, we're joking. That we've actually got quite a lot of listeners.
Yeah.
As we found out.
Yeah.
Some pretty good figures.
That's a conversation for another time.
Yeah, definitely.
Last bit of news. Obviously, Bulletstorm, big multi-platform game. Expected to do it well. Another first-person...
Shitstorm.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, it's not shit.
Not that bad, but, everybody's like saying, oh yeah, this will do well. Killzone 3 was the other first-person shooter that was released. And that's just on PS3, so that's an exclusive.
Yeah, it's an exclusive game.
That, in the UK sales charts, has outsold Bulletstorm.
Yeah, definitely. I can kind of see why. No, I can't. No, actually, I kind of can. I mean, at the end of the day, whether or not you are a major Killzone 3 fan, or major Killzone fan or not...
PlayStation owner.
Even if you're PlayStation, it's got the move support, and that, to me, gives it kind of the gimmick factor.
Yeah, and especially it's got like a new gun
peripheral
thing
so
for it, which is in the TV commercials.
Yeah, that's definitely something that's going to appeal to PS3 owners.
And a lot of reviewers and critics have actually said, this is good. This works. This is. It's
one of those. I mean, it's 3D as well, and all that kind of stuff. And it's not, there's not stuff that's. I mean, obviously, I'd like to see the figures on how many people have bought it because it's a game and they're playing it in 3D or whatever. But I think
it's a motion controlled shooter, which I think when the whole motion control thing set about, it's kind of what people
wanted. Yeah,
proper HD. Motion thing. I mean, I've got the demo. It's sitting there on my PlayStation. I still have not played it.
Fair enough.
And I've only just realised that I haven't played it just now, talking about this story.
Awesome. Well, I think it is kind of surprising because it is, like you say, Bulletstorm came out on pretty much everything. Yeah. So who knows? I mean, it's just not done as well as hoped, maybe. And it does seem very strange, but then maybe a lot of people played the demo and felt that it wasn't what they expected, and
no,
so
a lot of people like the Killzone 3 demo, maybe,
possibly. Who knows? Well, it's interesting, but
all I know is now I've got to play the Killzone 3 demo.
Yeah, I think you should. Yeah. Right, so that's news done with this week. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we're going to have a little natter about what games are coming out. Hello, welcome back to the final section of Games4all for this week. Fight Night Champion comes out.
Thank you for listening.
No, we're having one of these weeks where there's just nothing really coming out, and great news for EA Sports. Fight Night Champion comes out. There's a demo for it available on. I know it's on Xbox Live. I don't know, but I should imagine there's one on PlayStation.
Yeah.
EA loving the PS3 and that, so it should be on there. It's out this week. It's probably already out if you're in the US, and comes up Friday over here in the UK and the rest of Europe. So, Fight Night Round 4 did pretty good.
Yeah.
So well. EA Sports stuff always does good. That's why there's a new iteration of every sports freaking franchise every fucking year.
I was a big fan of the third one. Never really kind of got into the Round 4. I just didn't see the need because I got the full gamer score on Fight Night Round 3. And
well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's more punching people in the face, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's good fun. I mean, Fight Night Round 4 was, I think there's quite a big leap in graphics.
Yeah.
As you would expect. Because I think Fight Night Round 3 came out around the very early stages of this generation and the HD gen, so it's kind of like figuring out what the tech could do, and they still had to kind of have an engine that could run on Xbox and PlayStation 2. So, with Fight Night Round 4, I guess they kind of beefed things up because they knew it was going to be this gen only. And, this game probably looks much the same, but, I
will have to check out.
I've not checked it out. I did mean to download it and have a quick go on it, but yeah.
Ooh, the other thing that's coming out this week
is part
of the Xbox Live House Party thing of games.
Yep.
Beyond Good and Evil HD.
Yep.
Xbox Live, PlayStation Network.
Cool. Now this is a game that you spoke about some months back. But
yeah,
I mean, you know,
I bought it originally on. I was one of the few people who bought it on PS2. It came out on PC. It's one of those absolutely amazing games, completely different, so unique, and so good, critically acclaimed. Nobody bought it.
I did go into the game store the other day, a few weeks ago, and I saw it on the shelf.
Yeah.
You can still buy it.
Yeah, you can still buy it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is HD. I think it runs at full 1080p, 60 frames a second.
Awesome.
I will be picking it up because I love the game.
On Xbox, it's only 800 points.
800 points, yeah, which is, about $5?
Yeah, pretty cool.
Something on PlayStation.
About what it would probably cost you to buy it from a shop on PlayStation 2.
Yeah, precisely. But yeah, it's only on Xbox Live and PlayStation, no PC release of it. But
no real need for it.
No, you can mod it and set up the settings on the PC version so it runs at full 1080p anyway. So.
Awesome. Well, that's cool.
I strongly recommend it. I will be picking it up as you're listening today, and I'll be talking about it on next week's show. Wicked.
Look forward to hearing about it. Well, that's pretty much the show for this week. Thank you for tuning in and listening and downloading. And we want to thank everybody. If you've got anything you want to talk to us about, if you want to get yourself mentioned on the show, you can always email us, podcast@games4all.com. Just, drop us an email saying hi.
If you're just content in listening to what we have to say, you can follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/Games4all.
Yeah, check out the new website. It's www.games4allpodcast.com, which is the number 4. Please check out last week's video podcast as well. Check out all the video podcasts. They're pretty cool. I mean, a lot of time and effort's gone into the website, so you just, have a little shift around there. Yeah. The poll as well, you got to check that out.
Poll. But yeah, on the website pretty much has everything. You can access our Facebook page, which is
facebook.com/Games4all podcast.
Our Twitter feed that I mentioned is there.
Yeah,
it's basically the central hub for all things
Games4all. Indeed. Awesome. Well done. So, thanks again for listening.
Thank you again.
Apologies for a lot of the dribble we've been spouting this week, and it's not infesting us. But we shall see you again next week.
Hopefully I won't have a cold.
And we should have some news from the Games Developers Conference as well.
Yes.
So, GDC special. So, thank you again and goodbye. For more episodes of the Games4all podcast, please check out our website, www.games4allpodcast.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at www.twitter.com/Games4all. And you can like us on Facebook. Just search for Games4all Podcast. Games4all is brought to you by iPage. For more affordable and greener web hosting, check out iPage.com. Page.com. 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 Page.com.